Wait a minute. What's this coming up here? Oh, man. Buddy, take a look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo! That is one sweet cab over. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Buddy, the window don't work. Oh, man, it is too cold for this. Woo! Dude, come on. I told you not to put the window down. I don't care how cool that old Ford cab over was. God. Now we're going to have to drive with the window down, and it's cold outside. Good thing I got my Carhartt stocking cap on. My Carhartt jacket. You're just going to have to freeze in that flannel, idiot. Friends. You tell them not to do something, they never listen. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Flat Thunder channel. My name's Andy, and this is a 2000 Mercury Mountaineer, aka a Ford Explorer. And if you notice from the comedic intro, the passenger side window will go down with one of the controls, but it will not go up. It just so happens that is the driver's side control, so you can roll it down from the driver's side, but once it's down on the driver's side, you cannot roll it up. That's a problem. Let's dig into this control panel on the driver's side, see if we can't remedy that problem. Stick with us, let's show you what we're going to get into. So here's where it always gets interesting, because you never know how the panel's attached to the door, and you never know what you're going to break. This particular unit looks like this part with the door handle is one big piece that will come out. All the switches will be connected in one bank. You just have to, oops, hit the door lock. You just have to reach around and feel things out. If it doesn't feel like it's going to come, don't force it because it's probably attached somewhere. I feel like this pad here, she's lifted a little. Looks like this has been kind of removed previously, and I don't foresee this handle just being popped in there. It probably has some kind of attachment point behind here. So let's try to pry this thing off of here. That scares me. All right. Maybe this piece doesn't come off. It does definitely pry up here. Let's get the old Leatherman's tool out, see what happens. They do sell special plastic tools for this. I do not own a set, but might be a wise investment. Let's see. That doesn't sound good. I know for sure these screws here have to come out, which appear to be Phillips head. So since we're here, let's go ahead and pop these out. Well, so far, all this has been is a lesson on what not to do. I think someone's been in here before, we also damaged it more trying to remove this. I don't think this comes off. I don't think this comes out. I think we need to take the whole door panel off and then remove that. Hey. Oh, yeah. It's always a good sign when stuff falls out of the door. This little trim beauty ring around the door handle needs to be removed. It's pretty easy. So work your way at the bottom, pop it out from the door. Hooked on the door handle here. Oh. Oh. Okay, there we go. The whole door panel has to come out from the bottom and then lifted up. The whole door lock window assembly is one piece. The only thing left holding the door on is the power mirror adjustment here. Okay. So now we can take this whole door panel and get it out of the way. Get all these small retaining screws out of here. And this whole bank should come right out. Oh, it's also spring clipped in. Leatherman's does it all. There's one side. Let's see, there's one in the middle on this side. Come on, baby. There we go. Conveniently, these are all one big gigantic switch. Previous iterations I worked on, each one was the individual module. This is all one big piece. That's cool. Comes completely unplugged. But not so cool when you need to service it. We need to service just this one. So, looks like it is serviceable. We have tabs here on the side we can pop off. But the whole switch is going to go at the makeshift workbench, aka the garbage can lid with a shop towel. And let's start disassembling this thing by popping these tabs off. I don't know what's going to happen. This thing might just completely fly into 1,000 pieces, but if we're lucky and careful, you can retain all the copper pieces that make the switch. Uh-oh. And we lost some springs. Good news, they're in my hand. Where they go, I don't know. I'm guessing in those spots. Alright, we'll lose those now. I'm pretty sure they go in there. This is just a contact shield. And this is obviously all copper. Problem being is the part we need to clean is underneath this massive sheet. This little hook here, these are the contacts for the, look at right, this would be the passenger side window. So that's one direction, that's the other direction, and the contacts are all underneath. Hey. Usually you could take those pieces out, but this is all one big sheet retained by melted plastic. Made by Eaton. So this isn't coming apart. So, bad news. This is my first go around with one of these combo switches. It's very difficult to work on and adjust when you can't get these actuators out of there. You probably could, but you'd have to remove this whole panel, which would make all of those loose, and I didn't want to do that. And the traditional switch, the older vintage, each individual switch would have its own little shell, and you can disassemble it and remove this rocker. Here, unfortunately, you cannot. So, in all my adjusting and trying to work around and bend this tab, I broke off the spring return, which is that little hoop in the middle. I don't know if you can tell that it's missing from this side, but it still makes a switch. It's just not quite as crisp as ones with the spring return. So we're going to end up replacing this unit with a whole new one, largely because I broke that little hoop off. But so we don't get any more clicky since we removed the little cam latch inside there. So this thing is complete crap. Just got the magic replacement box here. Let's see if I can shade it so you can actually read it. This is the part number we purchased. I'm sure it came straight out of China. Yeah, this is the only economical solution. And the button has that positive click that it's supposed to have. There's a whole new, supposedly factory replacement unit. Let's snap around there and see what happens. Oh, she gone down. Ooh, and up. All right. Problem solved. Let's just get the door panel back on, and we should be good to go. Barring the fact that we didn't break anything taking it off. So I have the original. I removed the cover as we had previously in the springs and the little plastic jobby-do. And if you can see in there, you know, over here we were bending this tab up trying to clean the contacts there and damage the little cam action in the process. But the right way to do this would be to remove this whole cover. So we're going to throw this away anyways. Let's get in there and see. Let's just see what happens. It's got like little tabs that it's retained with, I don't know, kind of like a plastic rivet where it's melted over. Alright, that's what we were hoping to do when we first worked on this. If you could see there's the contact that we tried to clean and broke the tab. Here's the other one that actually needed cleaned, this guy right here. So let's see if we can clean that and just cram this back down and see if it'll function. So if you can see in there, we didn't get an opportunity. I don't know how clear you are. We didn't get an opportunity to clean this yet. You can gently bend that out of the way. You see how that contact's all black? Are you focused? I can't tell if you're focused or not. All this black stuff on this contact here is what was making that not work correctly. So if we clean that off on both points of contact and get this work back together, this probably would work. It's real heavy pitted. Can you see it? This guy's a little more fragile, way smaller. Now if I was keeping this, I'd put dielectric grease on that, but let's just pop her back on there and see what's going to happen. You start getting a switch on this end now, I think. Let's try it out, see what happens. So the good news is, the part that we just worked on after we ripped the whole old switch apart, the window will go up. It will not go down, but that's the part we damaged in the first go around where we broke the cam latch off. But it does go up. This switch is more or less junk. I just wanted to show you what it looked like on the inside a little more. If these switches were single units, you usually, I'm talking older vintage, you usually can take them apart and access that cam set of contacts that we were playing with on a single basis. Usually the plastic cover pops off, the whole switch will come apart without bending copper tabs and things out of the way. Bending this really just kind of distorted and hosed this whole thing. But we were able to make it work, aside from that first go around. If we would have cleaned the right contact, we probably could have salvaged this and made it work at least temporarily if we were in an emergency situation. So we got the mirror plugged in, we got our handle slid in, basically attached to the door with the wiring. We got to get it over our lock pin and down on the top around the door handle. I think actually around the door handle first. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I can almost never remove a door panel or interior trim component for the first time without finding out something that's surprising and probably causes a little bit of damage in the process. It's just the learning curve. I thought this assembly would pop out without removing the door panel. I was definitely wrong on that. In doing so, I broke off these two small plastic pieces. They have, if you can see, just 1-2 spot on each piece. It looks like it's an 1/8 inch to 3/16 wide piece of plastic tab that holds this portion of the door panel to the actual button controller. It kind of holds it in so it can't separate right there. So this door panel, unfortunately, is going to have this little defect there, but what are you going to do? I mean, you could try to glue these back on and just fall off, so it's going to have to live with that. Is what it is. Oh well. So if you're taking apart one of these door panels, do not try to lift this out. Pop your 2 screws out, pull your door panel off your Christmas trees, go up, and then this guy will slide completely out from the inside. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Leave your questions and comments in that section below. And don't forget to click that subscribe button on your way out. We'll catch you next time.